comes a time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there. We gotta lead it.
True internet suffered depression.
You are fake news.
I am not suicidal.
We'll circle back with you directly. I can.
I'm gonna miss this music.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hello and welcome to episode 270 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I am Jeffrey.
I'm Brian.
It was two guys drinking some beers, talking about what's going on. We got Guapo with us
Hey guys.
as we've ushered in the new president, Donald Trump, for his second term into office.
Yep.
I don't know why this isn't making as much news as it should have, but this is only the second time in American history.
Grover Cleveland, we talked
Yeah.
about this.
I know, and we were excited about it. Like, this is cool. You don't see this. No one's ever seen this happen before. Obviously, except for Grover Cleveland. I don't know why this didn't make more headlines, but whatever. I guess
Because
it wasn't a
it's
first,
Trump.
so no one cares.
No, it's Trump. They don't care about that shit.
Still, I thought it was really neat.
Yeah.
Well,
because
the
Trump
planets,
doing it, I don't care.
the planets have aligned. Have you guys been out to see it?
No, I totally forgot that night.
It's cloudy
Oh.
here, I think.
I brought this up like a while ago too. All month long, you can see the planets lined up in the night sky.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Yeah, it's the lunar new
find out I had a
year or
good
something
look.
like that.
It was clear as
So,
day.
Mm.
Yeah, but you can see Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Jupiter, like all lined up in space, which is pretty crazy. Anyway, let's get into some follow-up stuff. Someone besides me said something about the super mayor.
I put that in there.
Yeah, Tiffany Haynier, the super mayor.
She is
Well,
being held in contempt of court.
Mm.
For allegedly stonewalling liquor licenses.
Damn.
Yes,
They're
because
gonna
she's
get
the
her
mayor
for
and
that?
she gets to decide. You got to get her for something, but
The
there's
older
so
shit
much.
is obvious, dude. Like, wow, you had to get. It's like
Oh,
doing
exactly.
Al Capone. They're like, oh, they get him for the income tax.
And
What?
and she couldn't even show up to court on time. She showed up a half hour late for the hearing.
Mm.
And I want to follow up on what Guapo said about like Al Capone. That's the way I felt about a lot of the stuff they did to Trump. Well,
For
show me the man,
taxation.
show me the crime. They could have got her on something better than. I mean, don't get me wrong. The liquor license is still an abuse of power, but
Yeah.
she robbed the community blind.
Well, apparently the FBI is still reportedly investigating Headgear for alleged corruption in Dalton and Thornton Township.
Yes. Well, we will keep our eyes on this. I can't believe. Well, she's been impeached and recalled once, and she just said no. So I mean, this.
Fake
like I said,
news.
Because of the laws of the state, you cannot recall anybody. It's Illinois.
then why bother having the election, the vote? You know.
Yeah, but hey, they fucking voted for this shit, you know.
Well, on to the next follow-up. How many times have we said just invest in what Nancy Pelosi and her husband are investing in?
Yeah, but we don't know until after it's too late. Nancy Pelosi doesn't need to put out stock tips.
No, there's a way to find out. Just too lazy to go search for it, and I'm too broke to invest. But yeah, there's a way you can look at it.
Too broke to invest. Use Robinhood. You can get like pieces of shares.
Yeah.
You make a couple bucks, you turn around and reinvest it. Shoot, dude. I know you got some silver stashed away. Keep an eye on the silver market. It's been moving rapidly quickly. You can buy and sell off real quick, make a couple bucks.
I'm bankrupt, dude. Like literally
Oh,
bankrupt. It's like I cannot do nothing right
That's
now.
why you do this at the pawn shop so no one can see the cash going back and forth.
Yeah. No, I don't have
But-
to go to pawn shop. Just go to coin store to give you a better return.
Same difference, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Pelosi has disclosed her sale of Nvidia and Apple. So I don't know. Is it already too late to dump because the market did take a big hit? And she went ahead and purchased Alphabet and Amazon stocks. Remember, Alphabet owns Google and YouTube and half the world.
Yeah, when Apple and Google did come out and say that they are updating Google Maps.
Mm.
Is the car gonna
to
drive around
the
again?
America, Gulf
The
of America.
Gulf of America is being added to the Google
Oh.
Maps.
Oh, okay. You're right. That is being done. Gulf of America. I was
let me
hoping
go
you
look
meant they're
it
gonna
up.
drive the car around and take a picture of everyone's house again.
No, they actually do that every other day.
They do that on a regular, it's fairly regular basis. Yeah.
I need to find out when the thing's coming through my neighborhood because I'm going to be in that doing something stupid in my yard. You know what I mean?
Break out the banjo.
Exactly. With the big straw and the corn cob pipe.
Still Gulf of Mexico.
Honestly, I don't care what the fuck we call it, but is this
Yeah.
is this Trump trying to get around Joe Biden banning oil drilling in the Gulf of Mexico?
Probably.
Fine, bitch, there is no Gulf of Mexico.
Dude, what are you talking about? Probably.
Yeah, and
I mean, to be honest, dude, that is the Gulf of America. It should have been like I talk about the entire continent, north and south. It's
not even that, dude. It's got more coastline with the United States than it does with Mexico. You got Florida, Louisiana, Texas, right?
Yeah, but Mississippi, Alabama.
Yeah,
Georgia.
yeah, exactly. That whole
No,
area
Georgia.
over there.
Yeah,
that's a big giant swath of land.
Yeah, but they got
Mount McKinley's back too.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that. That's in Alaska.
Yeah, well, Obama renamed it to Yukon
because they said that people in Alaska wanted that.
Yeah, and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah.
So Trump turned it back to Mount McKinley, the highest point in the United States.
Mm.
And
what do they call it, Mount McKinley? Because McKinley bought Alaska, something like that.
Honestly, I don't know. That's a good trivia question for future knowledge.
I'm about to look it up real quick.
Yeah, I would. It's gonna eat at me until I know now. And Ramaswamy, he was gonna do Doge with Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
Well, apparently he is not. Instead, he's going to be running for governor of Ohio. So that ought to be fun. I'd be very interested to see what Ohio does if he becomes governor, because Ohio and West Virginia have a close relationship anyway when it comes to a lot of different stuff. A lot of commerce, basically. And I'm very interested to see where that could go. But, that's just because it affects me personally. But I was excited to see him and Musk doing the Department of Government Efficiency. But it appears it will not be.
McKinley is somebody, I don't know. This is a very convoluted thing, because apparently in 1916, 100 naturalists wanted it named Mount Denali National Park, which means the Great One.
Yeah, 100 years ago.
But Mount McKinley National Park officially prevailed after its legislation was signed in February of 1917. And the reason they went with that was, I don't know.
Okay.
Because Obama, didn't you say that?
Well, Obama changed it
changes to Denali. Apparently, Denali was the way they wanted to go with, and
100 years ago.
It's about Abathaskan groups living close to the mountain didn't think that name translated to. It was incompatible with their worldview, because McKinley's named after a person, and the Indian tribe in the area does not normally name things after people.
Oh, so it's an American state now.
But it's very convoluted. So
I look at all over this country, the names of half the backwoods areas are still woodsy, dude. Like, near where I grew up in Massachusetts, there was a place called Powhatan. I don't know how much you guys know, but Powhatan was Pocahontas' father, and was the one who possibly chased down and killed all of the Jamestown settlers.
Well, my hometown in Michigan is named after an Indian chief, so
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. Wampanoag, Wampatuck, all sorts of stuff like that. Where I grew up.
so
Massachusetts is from the Massasoit tribe.
so I do believe I've got more Indian DNA than
Elizabeth Warren.
yes.
I have more Neanderthal DNA than she has native blood. That's not saying much. I bet you're more closely related to Genghis Khan than she is to Pocahontas.
Probably. Everybody's related to Genghis Khan.
Exactly.
He
Which,
got
like,
around.
Yeah, dude, he impregnated thousands of women across every known continent on the planet at the time.
Was it not like to pump chump?
I did. What
Dude,
difference
you
make
know-
when you're the emperor of the world?
But you think like after all a while, it's like, you know what? I can build my resistance for a while, you know, and then I don't have to get all this chick pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, Trump updated us on the drones that we've been seeing over Jersey in particular.
Yeah.
Oh,
And this
did
is
he?
something we said. This is something we said.
Yeah,
How the
we
FAA
totally said this. You said that it wasn't
'cause I
going to be as
actually-
exciting as everybody wanted it to be.
Well, and that's what I said. It was like nobody bothered to do any fucking digging. This was all approved by the FAA 10 years ago. And like this was something that was there for people to find out. No one bothered to give a shit to look it up. The news companies that's making everyone panic about this shit didn't bother doing their job. And that's what their job is to find this shit out and let you know, right?
Yep.
Oh my God. Sorry, there's no such thing as journalism anymore. I feel terrible that I did more journalism than CNN by simply looking up what could possibly be the cause of these drones, you know?
We'll
And
talk.
granted,
We'll talk more
it
about
may not-
CNN later.
yeah, well, yes. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't account for all the drones that have been out there, but it's still a massive number. I mean, the rest of them could be the idiot who takes his drone off to go investigate the other one that's out there, you know?
What the heck?
Mm.
All right.
So what was
Um,
it? Like,
so-
what is it?
What?
What was
They're
the drone?
saying that it's pre-approved drones already flying around. They're FAA approved. Some of them are law enforcement. Some of them are Amazon. You know, this is just like companies that already got licenses to fly drones in the area.
And some of
And
them
some
were
of them are
military.
local people that, enthusiasts.
So just fucking idiots everywhere.
Yeah, traffic.
Traffic.
You know, no, the traffic, the
Yeah.
roadways got opened and they got
Yeah.
clogged up in a hurry.
Yeah, fucking Jersey Turnpike.
Well, we knew
In the
this
air.
was going to happen though. As soon as drones started, we knew this was going to be a thing with drones flying everywhere, carrying everything. I mean, just look at like the Futurama when you occasionally just duck out of the way of a drone delivering a package.
We had an episode that had 50 downloads. You want to guess which one?
I have no idea, dude.
Kamala could have beat Trump too.
That was the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. That's
So-
huge for us. Normally we're in the 5, 6, 7 download range.
So Biden was in a South Carolina church on his last full day of office.
Oh, brother.
Well, apparently he said that he's not going anywhere.
No.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean.
Means he's going to try to be the face of the Democrat Party.
Well, like, hold on.
That's not going to help.
I'm not gonna. I don't worry about it. What he's gonna be at the beach all the time. He barely can be present there all the time.
If he wants to be the face of the party, he needs to actually show up and like be at stuff. Obama can't
Yeah.
be doing it. They burned that Obama bridge with Kamala, which was a
Yeah.
huge mistake for the Democrats.
Mm.
And exactly? You know, put Joe's picture on it.
Mm.
Jeez Louise, man.
Obama's busy with Jennifer
remember,
Aniston.
Nancy Pelosi said that Biden should be on Mount Rushmore.
She didn't. Well, and then you also heard her come out and admit that she knew he was bonkers, and she was the one who forced him out of running for re-election.
Yeah. Who uses a teleprompter in a private home?
The Democrats.
I'm
do.
wondering what kind of fundraising events is Joe Biden doing in private homes, and like how much are people paying to have Joe Biden show up to their house?
I don't know if anybody.
A lot.
really-
They were paying a lot. They're not paying anything now.
Hey, you know what? Obama can do it now. He's dating Jennifer Aniston and stuff.
What?
She's come out and said that's fake news.
Oh, well,
Obama dating Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's rumors going around because Michelle Obama didn't show up to Trump's inauguration or Carter's funeral that they're getting divorced. And Obama went out to dinner in a public restaurant in Washington D.C. by himself.
You didn't hear about this, dude?
No, I
Oh,
honestly
yeah, it's just
I
funny.
make an effort not to listen to people's marriages,
Oh no, this is
but
just.
I'm still
it's just-
surprised that I didn't stumble across it because it usually shows
Yeah.
up in my feed anyway, you know.
Yeah, I think it's just funny. Like, all right, whatever.
Well, no, that's I hope his marriage doesn't fall apart. I don't wish that on anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he wants to go back to dudes, or I don't know.
Well, I guess they don't like the strong, independent woman.
But if he's allegedly or supposedly getting a piece of Jennifer Aniston, good for him. Oh my God, was she like 55 and a goddess?
Hmm.
All right, have you seen these lefties online deciding to be mean to right wing people now and independents?
Mm-mm.
What?
They want people to start like bullying the MAGA people.
Okay, like
And
they've
show
been
what
doing that
mean
for a
re-
while.
What's that?
They've been doing that for a while. So
They have, and I was like, how much further is it going to go? Now it's going to get like actually in people's faces at the gas station.
good.
Is
You know
that
what? Just gonna
that's a
empower
good
the
way to
base.
start shit, dude.
That's gonna empower the base. They did that before. Look where they end up at.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Depends on where you are, I guess. But like my little sister came from Massachusetts to Virginia to visit me once,
Yeah.
and we were in line at 7-Eleven, and this dude just walks up in front of us in line and just like checks out. And she looks around and says, "What? Am I black?" And
Oh wow.
I was like, you can't say shit like that here in Virginia. I was like, you're not in your small little town in Massachusetts anymore.
No.
I was like, you do realize the guy who cut in front of you was a black dude, right? Like that's the only time I see it actually causing issues.
Mhm.
With like people trying to get in the actual face of Trumpers or MAGA folk.
Yeah,
But
but
the
look,
people in Boston aren't wearing their MAGA hats out. You know what I mean?
yeah, but it's losing momentum. Though. Everybody's like right now. Trump got high approval rate. His second term.
Oh, it's higher than he was with the first term.
Yeah, there's like
Yes,
no
it
one ever
is.
seen this before. So it's like wow.
And Biden left office with the lowest approval
rate.
rating of any president on record.
So you really want to be the face of the Democrat Party? Go ahead. Be my guest.
That's exactly what I'm wondering. Like but who else are they gonna put up there as like the
Paula
person?
said she's not going anywhere either.
Good. Let her go. You know, like I don't care. It's not gonna hurt nothing.
I don't think they have a very good shot of putting Kamala's
Any-
face up there and let her represent the party.
Gavin Newsom's done. Gretchen, I don't highly doubt it. You know who they got?
No, Gretchen Whitmer is probably going to be the face of the. She's going to probably definitely run for president.
Unless they
She can't be governor anymore. She's term limited out. So.
And Newsom
Unless
just
she
got
run
blown up with this fire.
Unless you run for senator, that's the only reason.
Oh, Trump made the mayor of Los Angeles look horrible when he went out there to talk to the fire victims.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he said that I heard about it on a show today. He was like in a conference with her, and she was saying, "Well, we're hoping to get the people back into their properties and so they can start clearing them out and cleaning them up in like a week or so." He basically said, "What the fuck you talking about? A week's a long time."
Yeah. We don't want people to get
these people they got nothing to do right now. They want to get on their property and start clearing the land. You know, we don't need permits a week from now.
Yeah, like we need to make sure there's nothing toxic in the air. Like everything's burned. What the hell is toxic left? You know.
Well, yeah. Well, a week or so is also it's a way to say to make sure anything of value gets looted before the families get back on their property. Massachusetts is having some crazy shit. There is a nasty case of bird flu going around. And it seems like they tried to cover it up at first. They told people because there was a flash freeze and it like killed a bunch of these birds. And I was like, the birds didn't get frozen into the fucking ponds and lakes, okay? but they're finding dozens of like geese and everything
Uh-huh.
else just dead all over the
Is that why
shoreline of
egg
Massachusetts.
pricing's going back up?
Well, the bird flu is the reason why the egg price is going back up,
I'm glad.
and
I
it's
like
killing
that meme that El Guapo posted on our group earlier about
with
the
the
royalty
telescope.
having chickens. I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm a
Oh,
royalty now.
yeah. Well, no, it does feel when the price of eggs goes up. It does feel great when you're going picking up your own eggs in the backyard, doesn't it?
Yep.
And you're like, I have more eggs than I know what to do with because if you don't eat those eggs every day, they just pile up.
Yep.
Yeah, but the raw egg that you don't have to freeze or anything like that.
No,
No,
they
and
stay
if you
for-
don't
they-
wash them, they
stay
last
for
for
a
a
good
lot
time.
longer. They'll
Mhm.
because the
Yeah.
protective coating on them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they
wash
don't-
them right before you crack them.
Yeah.
Brian, how often do you give away eggs?
I go to a men's breakfast at my church every month,
You
and
donate.
I donate like 2 dozen eggs to that.
There you go.
So,
You're giving away 2 dozen eggs a week because you're like, I don't know what to do with them, right?
Yeah.
When we had all the birds, the wife at one time, finally, I was like, let's just make a quiche. She's like,
mm,
what? I was like, oh, it's like an egg pie or something. And I was like,
exactly
Yeah,
what
use
it
a-
is.
It's
Yeah.
a
I was
good.
like, it'll use a lot of these eggs up. And she's like,
Yeah.
okay, I've never made a quiche. Like, sure, why not?
It's not
'Cause,
hard.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you got a couple birds, they just keep pooping eggs out. Oh, and some of them will lay like 3 or 4 eggs a day.
Well, I don't got any chickens like that. I got one
you get-
chicken that don't lay every day.
That's unfortunate. Are you getting at least the big fat eggs?
They're growing. They're getting bigger now. We started out with the little pigeon eggs, and as the chickens get bigger, they're starting to be bigger eggs now. So
Okay, so your birds are still growing up.
yeah,
But anyway, yeah, the bird flu is taking over pretty bad in Massachusetts. There's reports everywhere of these, and they're telling people don't touch the birds, call us, we'll come take them away. I was like, oh God, I got out. I keep saying this, like I got out just in time, And then there was an earthquake with its epicenter was in Maine, but it was felt with a 3.8 magnitude, excuse me, in Boston.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same fault line that goes through Norfolk, but I'm not
No
sure.
idea. Yeah.
Because remember, Norfolk rumbled maybe 10 years ago. It moved a little bit.
They fell all the way up to Richmond.
Yeah, there you go. I had just gotten out of the Navy and I was wasted drunk, and I went to go pee, and I wasn't sure if I had stumbled down the hall or if the ground shook. And I was like, well, the ground's not usually shaking. I've probably done drinking. Then I found out there was actually an earthquake.
did you feel it in West Virginia?
Oh, the one up in Maine
No.
now.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the one that happened in Norfolk
No,
about 10 years ago.
There's no fault line that goes all the way here. It goes through the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, close to Europe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually just read a very interesting article about that. They're expecting a new continent to show up in the next 1,000 years or so
No, we never did.
in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, which might be
Yeah.
cool.
The one that's really dangerous, Japan. That's like right there on the fault line. Then it
Oh,
goes-
well, yeah, Japan's a volcanic island. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
and
what
it
it is.
goes-
It's a fault line.
Yeah, the freaking goes through the Mediterranean Sea, right halfway through the middle of it, dude.
All
That's
right.
crazy.
Well, let's move on to the local stuff of what's going on in Virginia.
Yep.
This is very sad, Brian. What's this about?
This is about the police.
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead.
The 12-year-old was missing for a while, and they found him in the middle of the lake. His body. I mean, I don't know for sure that's him or not, but they found
No,
the body.
they've already confirmed it as him.
That's him. Okay, yeah. So all I can think of is because we had a storm lately, and most of the lake's frozen. So I bet you he thought he could walk through the top of the lake.
And just fell right through.
Mhm.
Well, and then when they started the family started putting stuff on Facebook about it, all of a sudden they got a bunch of ransom demands.
Yeah, and they
Oh
pay
my
like
God, that's
500,000.
terrible.
Yeah,
But there's no proof that the ransom demands are connected to his
Yeah.
disappearance.
they just took advantage of the family.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's a horrible thing to do to people.
Yeah, it's just like, and then, I mean, honestly, the kid is now he's Latin descent, so he probably saw the movies that you can walk through lakes on top of lakes when they're frozen, not knowing that that's only happened at certain areas and stuff, and they need to get like confirmed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because you got a little bit of ice in Virginia,
Doesn't mean you
uh,
can walk on top of water.
it's not the same thing as a mountaintop lake in Vermont. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
the fucking Midwest and shit where they go fishing and shit, you know.
Oh, dude, I used to go ice fishing in Massachusetts.
Mm.
Drive the
I went
truck
a
out.
couple of times in Michigan, so
Yeah, I
Yeah,
never
that was a
done
great
that
time
shit.
though, isn't it? You drive the truck out on the ice and you light a fire
Dude.
on the ice.
So
And
I
yeah,
saw about I went to visit my stepfather for Thanksgiving. He had like a little fishing pole, like the one you guys use.
yeah.
I was like, "What do you need this for? This is like for like when you go ice fishing. Oh, this is perfect for like I don't have to worry about my fish line getting caught on top of branches and stuff." Like, oh, that's smart. I got
No,
one. I got one
when
now.
I when I went ice fishing, I didn't use a little rod. I used
Just
it
a
was like a
rope.
ring that was like a trap, and it had a
Mm.
hook with your bait. And when they pulled the hook with the bait, a flag would come up on your trap, and you'd pick it up, which is your reel, and reel it in.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have like four guys trying to put a rod in the same hole. As gay as
Yeah.
that sounds.
4 rods in one hole in the
Yeah,
Cabot Lake.
yeah, that's a
Oh, we got a
terrible,
shot. We
terrible
got a shot.
experience.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess they're building another tunnel parallel
No,
over in the
oh
Chesapeake
yeah,
Bay.
yeah, they've
yeah,
been
for the
doing that
Chesapeake
for.
Bay Bridge Tunnel, the one that's like 13 miles long.
Yeah, they're okay. I remember us talking about how they're gonna build this, like widen it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one. I guess we got the 2 bores in this area because the other guy.
yeah, we got one going down the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. We got one doing that one.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, that's a lot of major construction building bridge
Well,
tunnels.
the one at the Chesapeake Bay Tunnel. I just found out like a year or two ago that bridge is private. That's not federal or state.
No, it's what paid for by the tolls. The
Yeah,
$13
Yeah, it's
toll you pay to get
which you know
across
what, I'm
there.
kind of happy about that. You know what? Let somebody maintain that. They're gonna maintain
okay.
it.
Guapo needs to change his registration from Republican to Libertarian. Look at him.
Why?
He's like, no, fuck you. It's their road. They can charge you to drive
That's
on
what
it,
Republicans
motherfucker. It
said
should be their
too.
road.
That's what
They built
Republicans
them.
said too.
No, you sound very libertarian when you say stuff like that.
Well, hey, you know what? Let me build a fucking bridge on top of the ocean, which is like, damn, dude. Like, you're gonna show a tow? Like, cool. I don't care because
Yeah,
so hard to maintain.
you can use
See,
it too, but you got to pay me for it because it took me a
yeah,
lot of
that's
work and
okay.
money to
You know
build it.
what? Yeah, there's a lot of work, and especially salt water would eat everything. You know, and that
Salt
was
water does.
maintaining.
Yeah, it's crazy how they do these things though. They cut these tunnels from like both sides at the same time and meet in the middle.
Yeah, but no, this is I guess they only use one machine to go through all the way through because it's not high traffic, but I guess they're expecting it to be. And I've been delivering a lot of stuff on that area. It's nice houses, expensive houses too over there.
Yes, Chesapeake is very nice, but the a big
No.
problem you
This is
have.
the Eastern Shore.
What big problem is you have when you cut another tunnel through. How
Hmm.
much did that cost? That means any chance of the toll going away is gone. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? You've just
but hey,
extended that toll's
there's a private
lifetime by
road
another.
that whatever. I mean, they
All
can
right.
justify the price. Like, hey, this is fair for us. All right,
Well,
that
if
could
it's
be.
your own private road, you can charge whatever the hell you want to
Yeah,
charge someone to go across it.
yeah,
They got
You can
their
go.
own police on the road. They got,
yeah. The
they
old
got their
fucking
own
Venus.
towing service. They used before the construction started. They used to have their own rest stop in the middle of the road. Where
Oh,
rest was
they got a restaurant too for
It's
a
all
while.
gone. That's gone now because
And
of the construction.
fucking Covet. I thought it was Covet.
No, because of construction.
Well, over here in West Virginia, the log cabin Republicans are opening a chapter up in West Virginia trying to represent the LGBT community in West
The
Virginia.
log cabin.
You've
Yeah,
never
the
heard
log
this
cabin.
term?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the gay Republicans.
Oh, okay.
That's
What?
the best way to put it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, they're opening up a chapter, saying that nothing's gonna get done in this country without the Republicans helping, and they're hoping to be the connection. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Between conservatives and your wackadoo far lefties with identitarianism.
Dude, the far left, they don't give a shit if you fucking straight or not. If you like gay, Republican, they're gonna hate you no matter what.
Hey, you're still a white supremacist homophobe,
Yeah,
right?
fucking Nazi and shit. Yeah, white supremacist homophobe. I got it now. But yeah,
Yeah.
they don't care. The lefties don't care, dude. They're just fucking idiots.
Well, and
And
since the West Virginia's already got 58 people in custody, they're waiting to turn over to ICE too.
damn, already.
They're not going chasing people down or anything. It's as people get arrested.
Yeah.
If it turns out they're not here legally, they get turned over to ICE immediately.
And they're like, oh, how come they're not going to red state? Because the red state are complying with everybody else. Eventually, it's just.
Well, before, if West Virginia tried to turn them over to ICE, ICE wouldn't show up for like 3 weeks, and at that point, West Virginia's like, I don't want to hold them either. Like,
Yeah.
why are we taking care of these people?
Yeah. No, but I'm saying like they were complaining about on the TV, like they're not going through fucking red states about raiding people. Like, yeah, because the fucking red states are complying. It would not be a big deal. The blue states are like, yeah, I got it. Come pick them up, and nobody.
Yeah,
was
exactly. Here they are.
Yeah, go ahead, take it. They could have been like, they could have been put a show like, oh, we're not gonna comply, in the back room, like, hey, they're right here. Take them.
Well, as we're arresting these folks and processing them for deportation, we got dumbass celebrities saying that I'm worried about Trump in general. They're all screaming doomsday again. And they're saying elect a criminal, expect crime. And that just made me laugh a little bit because Joe Biden just pardoned his entire family.
Yeah.
Like,
Did he
even
pardon himself?
No, he didn't. And this was something I brought up because now that he's pardoned his entire family for back 14 years, but not himself, they've all given up their Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination by pleading guilty and signing these. And now they cannot refuse to testify against Joe Biden, who has not been pardoned. Don't know what that's about. Just thought I'd point it out. But yeah, he pardoned his brother, his sister, Liz Cheney. Yeah, daughter.
No, they pardoned his daughter.
What's that?
Daughter did not get pardoned. I guess she wasn't in the loop.
No, Ashley. Ashley wasn't. Yeah, she wasn't. Involved in most of the stuff in general.
Yeah,
the only stuff we ever heard about her was her diary.
That and her. There was a call on the local radio station. I guess she was getting drunk. She's into old man. So that's
just talking about how he takes showers with her.
Just old man in general. I'm just saying.
So, what do you think about these preemptive pardons though for Fauci and Cheney and
we talked about this thing in the last show that it's a stupid idea.
The preemptive pardons hadn't happened yet.
This is the first time that this has ever happened, and it's going to be a problem.
Well, they made a big deal of Trump doing this, and then he never did.
No.
Then the Democrats went ahead and did it, and it's
the projector.
Really it's driving me nuts, dude. It's like you say this guy's going to do this thing, then it never happens.
Yeah.
Then you go ahead and do it, and you still blame him for doing it.
That's just.
I think that's a big part of the reason why he won this time.
Yeah, the people saw through the bullshit, dude.
If you pay attention for more than just the morning news while you're making breakfast for the kids on the way to school, then you'd be like, well, hold on, you told me the exact opposite thing last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your average American, let's be real, is getting maybe an hour's worth of news consumption a day. Maybe. And that's assuming it's on in the background when they're doing something else.
Right.
Instead of like a murder mystery podcast, which is popular enough.
Oh, Serial.
Well, you remember when you were younger, the news was always on in the background in the kitchen if someone was cooking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is what it was.
This is what's going on. News. Blah, 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 blah.
Back when the emergency announcement wasn't that, it was just the high pitched tone like tinnitus.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, somebody made a comment about this fucking not here, but I was listening to one of the YouTube guys, Ice raid, they should have done a pay-per-view type of event. Like you pay to watch raids and shit go happen and stuff like that. Like cops. They would have made
Alright.
some money, dude.
Possibly.
Yeah, like because they got a camera guy running around with them. What if they do? You know how they do like live TV cops and stuff like that? It'd be an ice raid, but you have to pay for like a subscription, and that would have helped. It probably would have made bank money, and like that would have helped for all the. I mean, just I'm surprised he didn't do this shit. Like, damn, Trump, you messed up this thing.
Well, not only a preemptive pardon, but a blanket pardon. That kind of bothers me with like
Yeah,
against
yeah.
anything you could possibly be accused of.
Oh, you're still talking about okay.
I'm sorry, so I have to go back to the Fauci thing.
Okay, yeah. Ah,
Like, he
Well,
was never actually
and-
accused of anything.
but now, everybody's freaking out because Fauci lost his Secret Service detail.
Yeah, a lot of people did. I got that a whole list of people.
All right, we'll get to it.
Fauci-
But
Yeah,
what
well,
about?
yeah.
Do we talk about the 58 people that were detained in West Virginia?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
illegal immigrants that got picked up for committing crimes and found out they weren't here legally. So they're waiting for ICE. I think
And
you
they're
were,
it's funny because a lot of these raids that are happening, if they're finding people that even though it's not on their warrant, but they're here illegally and they've committed crimes, they're swooping them up too.
well, the thing is, these aren't even raids. These are just people getting pulled over or getting arrested
Okay.
for shoplifting.
All right.
Because, like Squabble mentioned, we don't need the raids in these red states because they're complying. You don't have to go in and bust down
Yeah.
the doors in Boston and get all the guys with the
Right.
fentanyl, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't just Joe Biden made a big deal about how he wouldn't be doing preemptive parts. It's unethical, it's inappropriate, it's unpresidential, et cetera, et cetera. And he went and pulled off a whole bunch of them all at once. And it's really messed up, dude. You can't take these guys at their word.
No. Whatever they say that somebody's doing, they're probably doing it behind door.
Yeah, exactly. It's the whole accused
Accuse
Saul
your
Alinsky's
enemy.
rules for radicals. Yeah, exactly. Accuse your enemy of doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, a bunch of the Proud Boys, speaking of pardons, a bunch of the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers were pardoned, along with 1,000 January 6 rioters. I don't know, for the most part, they've been sitting in jail for like 4 years. How long should you sit in jail for?
A speedy trial should not take 4 years.
Well, the guys who haven't had a trial, you're right. But, I mean, even the couple guys that actually got into like a fist fight with a cop,
Mm-hmm.
how long should you sit in jail for having a fist fight with a cop?
Depends on what you get sentenced for, but if you
I'm just saying, like, let's just say what you did was fight a cop.
probably like 6 months, a year.
Okay, so 4 years, you would say they definitely served their time.
Oh yeah, times 4.
If you're not calling it some kind of
Mm-hmm.
political thing.
Right.
So even the guys who were fighting cops should be out of jail by now.
Yeah.
So boom, I have no issue with this for the most part. Enrique Tarrio, pretty sure he was pardoned or something, wasn't he?
He was probably Proud Boy. That's it. That's why he got sentenced for.
Well,
Well,
yeah, and he wasn't even in DC.
Yeah, he was.
Didn't matter. He was the leader of the Proud Boys.
Yeah,
His name is Enrique Tarrio, and like, oh, he's a white
Dominican.
supremacist. It's like the
Yep.
guy's name is Enrique.
Dominican,
They don't care
Dominican
about
white
that.
supremacists.
Small details. Small details.
Oh, I just think it's hilarious. And the funny thing is, the Proud Boys was a Gavin McInnes project way back in the day, and he ended up having to leave because he decided to be called white supremacist. You guys probably have no idea who that is.
Enrique Suave.
No, Gavin McInnes.
Oh,
Name
the one,
sounds familiar.
the bearded guy from Canada, something like that.
Yeah, he was the
Yeah,
original
what happened
founder
to
of the
him?
Proud Boys.
What
The Proud Boys.
He was the leader of the Proud Boys before the Proud Boys were approved.
No, but we're happy. He used to have a show once in a while. He was talking.
He's got shows here and there, but he's been kicked off of YouTube. So, like,
He's
he had to
on
go
Rumble
somewhere else.
now.
He's on Rumble and a couple other places. Funny thing is, he's married to a Democrat.
Nah, it is what it is.
Oh, like Mary Madeline and James Carville.
There you go.
Democrats women like a rip
So
and stuff, and they don't
I
like.
think this is pretty funny that this guy that ratted out his dad
Mhm.
to the J6 committee, and when
Oh.
Trump did the pardon, he said he felt like he needed to go out and buy a gun, so he did.
He did go and buy a gun, didn't he?
Yeah, so he thinks his dad's really gonna go after him just because he ratted him out.
Mm,
I don't think so.
nah,
Well, here's what terrifies me is the idiot who would be in this situation is the idiot who would shoot his dad without
Right.
finding out what's going on first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like panic and just start shooting. They're the idiot that makes everyone else who owns a gun look bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I'm sure he learned in the process of buying a firearm that it's not as easy to buy a gun as a lot of people want you to think it is.
No. not
depends on the
easy at all.
state.
Well, okay, it's super easy in West Virginia to buy a gun, but there's still a process, and I have to go through a federal background check.
Did you pass?
Yeah, I mean, to be 100% honest, the federal the federal background check they do after I leave the place with the gun in my hand,
No. Okay.
but the sheriff would come back. You know what I mean?
Did you lie on your application about drug use?
No, I would never lie in a federal form.
All right, cool. So
you ever heard of Ross Ulbricht?
I have, but not by name, but he's the founder of the Silk Road. I'm sure we talked about the Silk Road on the show before.
Oh, we definitely have because
That's where that's where there was the good place to go to get all your illegal things done and your illegal drugs back in the day. It
Yeah, you
was
could buy
like
illegal guns
Amazon
and
for
the black
illegal
market.
stuff.
Yeah, get guns, drugs, whatever you wanted online. The guy who founded
this is another campaign promise by Trump
which I think is
at the
awesome.
Libertarian Convention.
Yeah, Libertarians said all he did was create the platform. What people did on it is not his fault.
I mean, I agree with them. I mean, it's true. I mean, we don't see people going after Mark Zuckerberg for things that people are doing on Facebook. You know,
Exactly. So Trump issued his
don't they
pardon.
have like immunity for that kind of stuff?
They're supposed to. But that
That's
also means they're not supposed to be able to censor what you're doing because they're not responsible if they're not touching it.
well, that's why we don't have fact checkers on Facebook anymore.
Yes. But yeah, anyway,
yeah,
he pardoned
this guy got pardoned. Yep, and you know, there's a promise to the Libertarians, and I think that this will help Trump in the long run because you know he's being seen right now as following through on most of his campaign promises. Once again, he's proven that he's a politician, but he's not a politician because he doesn't care what other people think about what he's doing. He's just doing it.
Well, he made a promise. He's keeping to it.
Yeah.
And especially on his second term when he can't be reelected anyway.
Right.
And I mean, the guy's a dinosaur.
Mhm.
I mean, even as much pep in his step as he has, the man's 80 something, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, he doesn't have that many years left.
Dude, the fucking vice president is younger than us, dude. What the fuck is that?
He's the same age as Al Gore was when he was elected vice president.
That's okay, but dude,
He's the
I'm
second.
just saying.
Yeah, he's
I'm
like
the same age as the vice. Well, he's younger than me. Like, god damn, make me feel old, dude.
but he's eligible
Not
to be
only that,
president.
Not only does it make you feel old, but it makes you take a step back. And
So
no,
think
yeah,
about what's going on here. You know, Trump's setting up the Republican Party for the future.
I know.
yes,
if
he is.
if he
He's
has
hoping the
a
Republicans take it.
successful second term, JD Vance is almost a shoo-in to get reelected.
Oh, he's fucking winning it too. The fucking
And JD Vance is already showing that he's got a lot more intellect than Kamala Harris ever had when he does his interviews. And Trump has already done more press availability than Biden did in his whole 4 years as president.
That
one
was
fucking
hilarious.
day.
Yeah, in what? But did you see the interview Vance just did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really care, Margaret.
Yeah.
That's a new slogan. I don't really care about it. Right?
I was like, that is so.
That's a
perfect.
new care, dude. I really don't care, Margaret.
Oh man. But no, you're right. And Vance does have a really good shot assuming Trump has a decent term here, Vance has a real good shot at 2 in a row.
Dude, he gonna
Yeah.
set this up in the next 3
Oh,
years.
as much as I hate to say it, though, this is a great opportunity for the Democrats to figure out what they want their party to be, because they're not going to be winning any major elections here for a while on a national stage.
Right.
But dude, he only had to work. Probably Trump had to do it for like 3 or 4 weeks worth of work. He could just sit it up the rest of the term, dude.
He's got like a year and a half to like get through shit that he wants to get through. And after
yeah,
that,
but the fucking pace he's going through, dude.
but the problem is we got to get actual laws put in place. Executive orders
it's not
can
gonna
be
last.
changed.
Mm.
We've seen it willy-nilly every time the Republicans take over the Dems, or the Dems take over the Republicans, all the executive orders get changed. Now, granted, nobody's ever changed this many executive orders when on their first day in office, but that doesn't
No one's
matter
even come
anymore.
close to signing that many in one day. That was insane.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Biden didn't have the stamina to do it, so he had to
Yeah,
spread it
well-
over a while.
well, and I think back to that point about the Democrats, I think they're going to try to whitewash what happened with Biden, and I bet you they throw all the blame on Kamala Harris for what happened to the party,
Of course.
and they're going to claim that Joe Biden would have beat Trump.
So Joe Biden's already came out and said that, but I've already predicted, put this in the predictions page, there'll be a Kamala tell-all book coming out soon
Can I wait so I can?
where
Maybe, but I got a
she
feeling
throws Biden under the bus.
I think the party wants to throw her under the bus because that's what they do with minorities and women, right?
Yep, put him on the back of the
Usually
bus.
No, the back of the bus. Usually does go to the back of the bus.
Yeah. Well, there's no room on the bus. She under the bus. Anyway, Trump also pardoned those pro-lifers that were arrested under Biden's term.
I
that
know we
were
talked about
praying.
this on the show because, I mean, they literally created this law just for pro-lifers.
Yes.
That's how narrow the law was. It was only focused on people that were protesting outside of abortion clinics. And they're like, if you held up anybody from getting into their abortion appointment, then you can go to jail.
How the hell to
Well-
pass this law?
Hold on. It wasn't just about abortion because it also said, and also churches, which should have definitely applied to the police blocking people from going to worship during COVID lockdowns.
But it
Right.
didn't because they didn't enforce it because
So
DOJ.
they only enforced it once, and it was
Yeah.
and it was against people literally praying,
Yeah.
not even blocking people's. In terms of quote blocking people's entryway to the abortion clinic, that just means you had to walk around them because they were kneeling and praying,
Right.
and they sat in jail, and Trump pardoned them. This is good. Now, you can protest. I'm cool with that, but don't get in people's way.
Right.
That being said, you
But
shouldn't spend.
what
years in
happened
jail
to
for it.
the BLM protesters that are laying down on the freeways? Did they get thrown in jail?
Or those, what do they call themselves? The Stop Oil Now people.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, I understand that you think cars are bad for the environment, so you're going to block the highway. The problem is now all of these cars that would be driving are all idling,
Right.
and they're going to finish the drive anyway once you leave.
Right.
All you did was make more carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide.
Yep.
And piss off anyone who might have been sympathetic to your cause. All right. Back to the security clearance that you mentioned that got jacked. Who was that? Fauci's?
A bunch
A bunch of
Bolton.
people.
Well,
John
everyone
Bolton
involved-
lost his Secret Service detail. Fauci lost his Secret Service detail. And Bolton lost his security clearance. And so did Mike Pompeo.
Mhm. And the security clearance for the people involved with the Hunter Biden open letter. You remember
Yeah,
that?
all those people. Those people, that was their cash cow, their security clearances. That was what was allowing them to show up on the mainstream media and be talking heads and get paid buku bucks to do it.
Well, and that was the thing is they came out and like, oh, all these heads of all these different agencies, intelligence agencies with these security clearances have all said this looks like Russian disinformation.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if this is what our intelligence guys are saying, fire them all because this shit was real, and And you knew the asshole was a crackhead. We knew this before his father took office.
Right. We
Oh
still
my
can't figure out
God.
where the cocaine came from in the White House, though.
Dude, I can't imagine that though. Like, you met. There's no security cameras. There's no nothing really. You can't.
Right. I guarantee the White House, unless it's on the residential section, is like probably the most surveilled building in the United States.
You can't even let a fart slip without someone knowing there.
Exactly.
But I believe the only place in the White House besides the private quarters that doesn't have cameras and microphones
Oval
everywhere is,
Office.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be completely not bugged, so people can have quiet conversations.
Hey, so what's going on with the farts?
Well, I say in the White House, it's so heavily surveilled that you couldn't even let a fart slip without someone knowing. It
Oh,
was
they
you.
got an infrared fucking camera on there. Like, oh, this motherfucker just smart.
Yeah, but somehow that cocaine just shows up at the White House and no
Oh,
one knows
yeah,
where it came from.
yeah.
Come on now.
I bet you it was fucking what's the name of the
I'd be Hunter.
uh
I say
no
that. It could have been any of them congressmen who said
press
it.
secretary DI hire. Korean Jean Pierre.
Press secretary. I thought you
Yeah,
were
it's
talking
probably-
about guy in charge of the nuclear waste disposal that wore dresses and stole luggage.
I don't think he will be hanging around the White House all the time.
I don't know.
I mean, Hunter Biden, dude. What were you? Why are you want to hang out on the White House, dude? Like, you the vice president. I mean, you the president's son. Why you want to hang around there? You could just go anywhere. You got Secret Service
he
with you.
He was consulting with the
He
big
getting
guy.
paid. He's a paid consultant.
Yeah, he was paying the big guys 10% so he can go back to China.
Mm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So Trump has signed an order to release more of the JFK, RFK, and MLK.
We'll see if anything happens from this. This has been done before, over and over again, and there's loopholes big enough to drive a freight train through in the executive order he
so
signed.
long ago, though, and at this point, if they came out and said it wasn't the CIA, and here's the proof, people would be surprised. You know what I mean? But did you see that when he signed the paperwork?
He said
reached over to-
decades.
Well, when he signed it, he reached over to the guy nearest to him and with the pen, he said, "Here, go give this to Robert."
RFK.
Yeah, to RFK Jr. He's gonna love that because it's his father and his uncle, and then Martin Luther King Jr. also. The assassination files. I'd love to see him released, but like Brian said, they do this every 10 years or so.
Mm.
And Trump pulled us out of the World Health Organization
Again,
on day
he
one.
did it the first time too.
Yeah. Well, and then we started doing the same crap they did anyway with COVID.
This could be if we end up staying out. This could be the end of the World Health Organization because apparently we're one of their biggest contributors for money.
Oh, go figure. Go figure, man. Yeah. Why don't we have free healthcare? Because we're paying for the entire world's health insurance. That's why. Jesus Christ. There are more MRI machines in Portsmouth, Virginia than there are in Canada.
Oh yeah, because Canada's got socialized medicine.
Yeah. And the wife actually just had to do an MRI, and she had to drive. She's about to. She has to drive 2 hours to get to one because they're so far out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And that to us, that seems like a long drive, like 2 hours to get to an MRI. Then you have these people in Canada, they're driving an entire day. It's like, what the fuck? All right. So Germany is talking the best way to deal with Trump is green energy.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess because we're gonna drill, baby, drill. I
Yeah.
don't know. Leave it to the Germans. Oh my God.
Didn't the Germans used to have a bunch of nuclear power plants? They shut them all down so they could go green.
They might have, but the French did that were all nuclear for a while. I don't know.
And
Man.
now
The
all these
Germans-
European countries have power problems.
Well, yeah, they keep having rolling brownouts just like California does. You know, because it's not always sunny. And then, okay, it's fine. We'll have a battery system. Cool. Now everyone plugs in their electric car at the same time when they come home from work, and there's no power anywhere.
And if your battery power facility catches on fire,
You fuck.
oh boy, because that's what's happened in California.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
talked about it on the last
the
show
last-
that battery
Delta fire.
plant that has been burning for days.
Oh, it's gonna burn for a while still. I bet. It's been over a week since we talked about it. I bet it's still burning.
Yep,
People don't understand. Delta fire is no joke.
throwing
If
up
it does-
toxic fumes everywhere.
All right, if it doesn't burn stupid fast, it burns forever. Shoot, I mean, sorry, just these Delta fires. It's when you do the crazy stuff like thermite, a little bit of thermite. You light that stuff on fire, and it'll cut through inches of steel. Just right through it. But the energy secretary wasn't sure we had one of
She
these.
was past governor of Michigan.
Oh, Jennifer Granholm.
Yeah,
Well,
said
apparently
she-
she was laundering money and giving kickbacks.
back to Michigan. Even
I
though the
did know she was
inspector
from
general
Michigan.
told her not to.
Yeah, that sounds like a crime, doesn't it? That sounds like theft from the American people.
You want to place money that anything happens to her?
Well, she sent billions of dollars to a handful of places, and like more than half of it went to Michigan. Now, here's the question: is what are the odds that the company she gave this money to deal with the green energy in Michigan is going to offer her a job
A lot.
now that she's not working for the government?
I mean, I don't have it in here, but we saw that today that it was announced that the first gentleman has a new position in a law firm.
The first gentleman.
Kamala Harris' husband.
Oh,
That was
okay.
a second gen.
Sorry,
What's he-
second gentleman. I don't
Yeah,
know.
what's he doing?
He's a named partner in the law firm in New York City.
All right, I mean, good for him, I guess. I don't know if that has anything to do with with her politics or not.
I'm
because
sure.
she didn't do-
I'm sure her name got him into that position.
maybe she did someone a favor and he got the job. But she maybe it was all the favors that she did while everything fell apart. Worrying about doing favors to people instead of getting her job done. All right, so we were just talking about the Delta fires and the battery power plant burning down that's in California, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this school went and bought a whole bunch of brand new electric school buses.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah, Massachusetts too. Like damn.
On fire.
Mm.
And,
Really?
they parked they parked the buses all right next to each other, right?
Yeah, and they're charging.
Yep.
The boom. So yeah, that went millions of dollars gone.
Well, I'm sure they got insurance on them.
Maybe that fuck your insurance rate after that, dude. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah. Sounds like it's time to fire the city council.
It's like you had 20 electric school buses go up in flames. Yep. They're
Yeah.
$60,000 a piece. Shit, no, I bet they're like $150,000. I don't know. There's like no safety protocols in a school bus. Have you noticed that? They still don't have
No,
seatbelts.
they're never gonna do seatbelts in school buses.
What the hell? I have to put my kid in a child restraint harness that I have to strap to the seat to drive her around legally. Then I put her on the school bus that the government operates,
Right.
and she's just bouncing around, no seatbelt on, going around mountain roads.
Sounds like a policy of mask on, mask off. When you sit down, you can take your mask off, but you walk into the restaurant, you have to keep your mask on.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, when you sit down to eat, you can take your mask off, but when you walk to your table, you have to have it on.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And then
Yeah.
your airplane, on the airplane, when you're eating, you can have your mask off, but as soon as you stop, you got to put your mask back on.
Okay. Let's just assume that these masks were half as necessary as some people claim they were.
They weren't.
Then an airplane, anyway, is a vacuum system, which negative air pressure. They're always pulling air out of it.
Yeah.
As quick as you breathe it out, and it's got HEPA filters, which actually catch viruses.
Yeah.
It's the cleanest, safest place to be
Right.
on a plane.
Yeah, the only downside is so fucking the air is so dry. It's just like you need to keep drinking water. There's not
I've only flown
humidity
a
in that
handful
air.
of times. It's
Huh?
expensive. I've only flown a handful of times. It's expensive.
Oh, I have to because of the Navy and shit like that. But god damn, man, you have to keep drinking water or like keep
Well, I
splashing your
mean,
face.
I flew to Dubai.
Uh, I flew.
That's a good flight.
I
Yeah,
flew to
that was a
Bahrain
long flight.
twice. I flew to San Diego with the Navy. I've been around.
I've been around more than all that.
Yeah.
Well, I had to fly to Dubai so I could get on a cart and go meet up with an aircraft carrier.
Hmm.
It was pretty crazy landing on the cart, landing on the carrier.
I can only imagine. I never got to do that. So
Oh man, it's what 200 miles an hour to zero so quickly, you know?
I flew to Bosnia twice. I flew to all over the place.
All right. Well, Trump had got some people some new jobs.
Nice.
And they're starting to get confirmed.
Yep. We have the new Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Are you
Uh-huh.
familiar with this guy? I've never heard of
No,
him.
never heard of them.
I heard he's a openly gay guy.
Don't care.
Yeah, that nobody cares about. Like whatever.
As long as he does his job better than Pete Buttigieg, I don't care.
Yeah, he's into like I forgot
What
what
kind
else.
of openly gay is he? I'm assuming if he's Secretary of Treasury, he's not the party animal stereotype gay man. Instead, we're probably talking about the guy who wears a suit and just tries to get on with his daily life, conservative type gay man.
Yeah, just a regular dude, man.
I bet I
Just-
might like what he does with the Treasury if he's gonna be that. No,
Yeah,
that's not the
he's
way
all
do shit, that's not
about-
the way it works.
He's all about against fucking government spending, like unnecessary government spending. His it's all about like it was a really good bio that I heard. Like, okay, cool, whatever, but the left is not celebrating him because he's not a Democrat. That's why.
Of course, you can't be gay and not be a Democrat.
Yeah,
That's not a thing.
So who was the last one? Merkel? Not Merkel.
no,
That was the Attorney General.
no. You talk about
Janet Yellen.
Janet Yellen,
Yellen.
the fucking
Yeah, Yellen and Bernanke.
the witch of the
Bernanke.
West.
So I don't know. I'd like to know who is the Secretary of the Treasury because come on, money affects all of us.
Yeah, but I guess Trump is going to turn the IRS into the External Revenue Service.
Oh no, he's gonna add the external revenue service. He's trying to go collect money from companies outside of the U.S. that ain't been paying their fair share.
Good.
And he's talking about abolishing the income tax again.
I know.
Not gonna
Hopefully he goes
happen.
through.
That's
Why
not
not?
gonna go. It won't go through.
Why
There's
not?
too
Why
much
not?
resistance from. He's never gonna get it approved through the Senate and the House. of
Then we know who's
Representatives.
not approving it. Then we can vote them out.
Good luck with that.
Why are we paying an income tax? It's supposed to be up to 3% on the richest 1%, right?
Yeah.
And
But
now
like,
we're all
look,
paying-
okay, we pay taxes on things we buy. What if we tariff the things the import? They've already been taxed, so that means that we don't have to pay again. Like, hey, you already taxed this thing.
Well, I mean, Europe's tried to that tax, and look at their prices over in Europe. Because there's a tax on the tax on the tax on the tax.
When I see Europeans coming to the United States, they never hear about taxes like when you purchase stuff. Like, what? What do you mean? I
That's
thought I was
because they
doing the math.
include any sales tax in the sticker price in the rest of
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
We're the only one that does it.
Yeah, it's kind of silly because then you're like, oh crap, I'm 47 cents or $2.80 short of my grocery bill,
Yeah. So, well, I think they should not be taxing the food. The only like what's the name of the like products besides grocery stuff?
Feminine hygiene products.
The what?
He said feminine hygiene products.
Feminine hygiene. Oh, the pig tax. Fuck that shit. You get a tax too. No, you know what? If you bring feminine hygiene products and they get tariff on it, then you should not be paying tax on it. They already got tax on it. Everybody's getting taxed on everything.
Buy American.
Imports. Yeah. 5% of everything
I mean,
import.
we don't
3%
have it in
everything.
here, but I mean, Colombia backed down quickly when there was a threat of a 25% tariff on sending their
wanna take the
people that
illegal
came into the country illegally from Colombia back
Mhm.
to their country.
That
Well,
repatriated.
we do, but you closed the Trump moves.
I thought we were done with it.
No, we had gone through the top category, but hadn't got into woke or migration or the
Oh,
conflict or
damn. Oh, we got a lot
lady
more to
or
go.
got to
Sorry.
energy. No, it's all right. That's why I said I changed it up a little bit. Wasn't
It's-
sure how it was going to work. We
I
closed
like
whole-
the subcategories, but maybe the
You have to close the
subcategories need
subcategories
to
in the-
be able to tab down too.
You have to. You can close the individual subcategories too, though.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's go.
That's all
Oh,
right.
let's
We
go
can-
back to woke. Woke,
Yeah, well,
woke.
back to stuff that happened under Trump, which I mean, the energy thing and the was obviously stuff that happened anyway. Trump has ended the DEI program in the federal government. Basically firing all these DEI officers, and ATF tried to hide their DEI officer and made her like
Of course
a
it is.
senior partner or something.
And now other people in ATF are getting shut down, because they're they're basically saying, hey, if you're not going to follow the edicts of the president, then fuck you, you're gone. You don't have a
They
job
should be
anymore.
arrested.
Yeah.
But the ATF, I still don't know why they exist. Like, shouldn't that be part of the FBI?
You would think.
And let's be real, ATF, what does that stand for?
Alcohol, tobacco, firearm, and explosive. The fun stuff.
So yeah, like this should be the local store right next to the 7-Eleven, right? ATF,
Alcohol.
where you go to
I
buy
mean,
your alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
ATF should be alcohol, tobacco. It should be part of the fucking IRS. Make sure they're paying the taxes. Firearms should be about
everything's getting
yeah. Too many fucking
Oh, and the FBI deals with bootlegging and stuff. It should be dealing with bootlegging anyway, not the ATF.
mm.
Do you really need the ATF showing up for a moonshine operation?
Well, I mean, all these
Unless it's
officers
selling
got
it. If you're doing self personal use, they don't.
It's been ordered. OPM ordered all these offices to be closed by the end of day Wednesday, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they put hundreds of people on pay leave for the time
$420
being.
million in contracts.
And this is what's crazy about it. He is already saving, Doge is already saving the federal government and the American taxpayers $420 million.
Nice.
The thing is, they're on paid leave with full benefits, and I get.
For now,
You can't
but they got
fire
to
people.
terminate him properly, so.
But a private company can just be like, you're fired.
Well,
Why? Because we don't need your position.
Well,
anymore.
a problem is most of these people are like fucking actual
Bureaucrat.
GS positions, They were built into the system, and it takes a lot more to fire a GS position.
I wish we could just the bureaucrat, dude. It's just so many fucking so many steps just to get shit.
I mean, I guarantee
no wonder
the-
government so it's not efficient enough
it's not efficient
shit.
at all.
because of this shit like this.
I mean, everybody's freaking out about Trump coming out saying he wants to get rid of FEMA.
Okay,
That's not
never
quite
does it-
what he said. He said
They
he wants
no-
to
they
get
don't
rid
do
of
a
the
good
federal
job.
agency and move all the money to the states. Who can handle the problem better
than the local government.
The local government, the state government is going to be able to respond a lot quicker than the federal government ever does.
And
Yeah,
not just that, volunteers, man. You're more likely to get people to show up to help out when it's
Cajun Navy.
when it's 50 miles. Yeah, there you go. The Cajun Navy. When it's the guy who lives 50 miles away.
hmm
Right. That's what helped most of the people in South Carolina, right? After that hurricane.
No, that was
North Carolina.
the Cajun Navy. That's Louisiana.
No, that was something else.
Louisiana.
I
New
know. I'm just saying.
Orleans, that area, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying
Gold
that when the
Coast.
hurricane came through, it was all locals that were helping people because people
Yeah,
refused.
the
Yeah.
people, the guys with the goat helping people, the donkeys. You
Well,
know,
Trump has put out his one flag policy for embassies.
but what?
Well,
They can't
U.S.
raise the
embassies.
BLM flag or the gay pride flag at the
Oh, well,
embassies around the world anymore.
yeah, one flag policy.
Yeah, just the American flag. I can deal with
That
that, or maybe like the Marine Corps flag under it. But
nah, we
Yeah,
don't
well,
need
they
to have
made
it.
some exceptions. The POW flag can still be flown, but it's got to be
okay,
under the American flag before it.
yeah, oh,
Well,
obviously it
like
has to be.
embassies, dude. Like nobody gonna know what the fuck does that mean. Like what the fuck is the POW mean? Nobody knows speak English. Nobody knows about that shit. So less confusion. You know what? Just American flag.
I don't know. I think the POW flag might be international.
Nobody knows that shit, dude.
I think they do, but I could be
Dude,
wrong. Anyway,
I see picture of Mexicans, dude, getting swastika tattoo. They don't fucking know what the fuck that means, dude.
well, this is what it is. Anyone curious? POW MIA, prisoners of war missing in action.
That's good, but there's 135 languages out there. They don't know what the fuck that means.
English is the most commonly spoken language on the planet.
It is, but it doesn't mean like 7 billion people gonna know it.
Interesting, fun tidbit. Spanish is the most commonly spoken first language on the planet.
I believe that.
The Spanish conquered so much, but the English
It
get all the
was
shit
one
for
of
it.
one of the other two empires that fucking the sun never sets.
Yeah, exactly. The British as well.
British as well. I don't know. The Portuguese got to
Ah.
that point.
It's funny because it's such a tiny little country in Europe. You know what I mean?
Tiny little islands, dude.
Must be fierce dudes though. Wow, they got Brazil. They speak Portuguese.
Yeah, because of the fucking Pope, the treaty of fucking I forgot the name of the treaty.
Anyway,
We got this
This is-
trans inmate that's suing the Trump administration over his two-sex policy
Okay.
because he's not getting any more money for gender therapy in prison.
Oh,
so you, the taxpayer, aren't paying for this person's estrogen medication.
yeah.
And worse, he's already been transferred back to a men's prison. Because apparently, under the Biden administration, you claim yourself a female, you could go to a female prison.
And getting all these hormones, did this dude grow boobs? Because that's not going to be a good thing for this person in prison with a bunch of dudes. Like,
Well, you should have thought about it before you committed a crime. You know,
Boobs are
but
going
then-
away.
Yeah,
The
you
drugs
were
are
raping
gone. The
women.
boobs are going away.
Ugh.
So you're gonna go through
I don't know.
menopause?
That's an unusual situation with these. The trans community is so little. Let's be honest. Like
Yeah,
actual
1%.
trans people versus non-binary. Um, it's difficult to figure out what to do with these folks when it comes to stuff like this. But you can't have someone just claim to be a woman and go to prison with women.
Right.
I mean, if you're transgender, you're gonna get ran by dudes. Guess what? Don't go to prison. Don't do crimes. Suppose that.
Yeah, don't go to prison.
Yeah, don't do crime. At least if you don't want to go to prison, learn how to run.
Well,
Another
that's- I always-
campaign promise was birthright citizenship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am very curious to see how this plays out because this. it could
We're
be
one of the
dismissed
few
out of
countries
hand.
that offer it. So
No.
Yes, it could be
So-
dismissed out of hand, or it could have a giant conversation about what the shit. I want to say 14th Amendment.
yeah,
Yeah, what the 14th Amendment actually says. Because, okay, do you guys know why the 14th Amendment was put in place?
For the black slave because they were subject to the United States.
The slaves that were freed after the Civil War
Mm-hmm.
were made citizens with this amendment. Because it talked about and subject to the jurisdiction hereof or herein. It's the verbiage. Lawyers can get to it. This could be thrown out because it says this here, but it was clearly never meant to be a here going forward. It was a hey, these people have been here. They're, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it just had to
against
go
their
to
will
the
at that.
languages, like the language of the because people think in England, you're not a citizen in England. You're subject to the king. And that's the language they use in the 14th Amendment. Is it 14?
Yeah.
All here are subject to the United States of America basically means like you under the purview of the United States, you're gonna be a citizen. Well, when you come illegally, you're not a subject to the United States of America. You just
Yeah, well, and
The
naturalized is a
reason
big part of it too.
yeah.
this all came up was back in the day when you were a colonist, you came to America, you were automatically still a British citizen.
A subject. They're not citizen. They're not citizen in the UK.
Well,
They
they
might
still
be
had
now.
rights as being from Britain, whether
Yes,
they were born here
subject.
or over there.
Well,
Yeah, they were
here's an
British
interesting-
subjects
an
of the
interesting part
kingdom.
of the 14th Amendment is that it says in there, and this does something along the lines of this does not apply to like the children of diplomats or foreigners. So you can't be here on vacation, have a kid, and have that kid be a citizen.
But now you can.
Wow. And that's what Trump's trying to undo. So that's why we'll
I
see how
mean,
this
literally,
plays out.
people from China come over here like in their 8th month of pregnancy to have birth and then go back so they can bring the whole family back later.
Well, that's what we were talking about under Obama with the Chinese doing it with their anchor babies. And yeah, Brian and I have been doing this show that long. We were talking about the Chinese anchor babies under Obama. And that's when Obama actually started his deporter in chief campaign. When he deported more people than any other president in American history.
So here we go. The term British subject was several different meanings depending on the time period before 1949. It was referred to almost all subjects of the British Empire, including the United Kingdom, Dominion, and the colonies. So subject means you're still not a citizen, but you're under the purview or the kingdom or the domain of that. So like if you're like a slave, you're a free slave, you're a subject, but you know what? We're gonna grant you citizenship since you're under our purview, you know. You're not just somebody else walking in by like, hey, I pop a baby now. It's a citizen.
Well, yeah,
No.
because let's say someone from the United Kingdom comes to the United States, right? And they commit a crime. Are we really going to put them in a New York City jail for 6 months? Or just put them on a plane and send them back home and say, get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
They're not really subject to our jurisdiction. I mean, yes, they are if they murder someone.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we don't care. Just go away.
Yeah.
And that's the difference is like, do we have somewhere else to send you?
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna fight about this the words subject or citizen. You know.
Well, Trump, some deportations came about after this dude in South Carolina caused a major interstate shutdown. He got pulled over for not having a license plate. And, instead of being a normal person like you or I would, he'd probably get arrested or maybe just be told to call a cab. This guy issued a bomb threat.
That always wins well.
Yeah, so he's leaving the country. But yeah, since Trump's been in office, ICE has already racked up hundreds of arrests, to include some like horrific crimes that have been committed, where these states they're holding them like we're gonna hold you for trial. Then they don't notify ICE, or they do notify ICE, but then let the people go before ICE shows up. And did you guys see the Ariana Grande shit on X?
Yeah, I heard her. I saw her cry.
She's like all crying about people getting deported.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you do realize the only people getting deported right now are people who A, came here illegally, and B,
Right.
got picked up by law enforcement for one reason or another since Trump has been in office. Like, who are you hanging out with? Because she's called them my
Exactly.
people.
Nah, she's an ignorant fucking celebrity, dude. She just want to make a point out there. Just stay
Well,
relevant.
she ended up taking that post down after like 20 minutes because she got ripped apart by her own audience.
Well, it is what it is.
Anyway, Homeland Security has reinstated the Remain in Mexico policy, and it looks like Mexico might actually stay with it.
Because
Yeah, we're dragging their feet a little bit at the beginning.
She was talking so much crap. This new woman down there, I'm like, I can never remember her name.
she's actually she's Jewish too.
I always
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Maduro.
No.
Of course, her name's not even here. It's talking about Mayorkas and
I know her last name is
name's not in
Bland.
the article about Remain in
Bland.
Mexico. You thought it would.
Claudia Shubham.
I remember it being something that didn't sound Mexican.
Yeah,
It
she's
sounds
fucking Jewish.
Traditionally Hispanic.
Shubham.
Nothing in
Pardon.
Mexico says you can't be Jewish and be the president, right?
No. You just
So,
have to
hey.
eliminate the competition beforehand.
All right,
You hear
so-
about that?
No.
Oh, there's like 51 people running for president before her, and all of them got killed.
Oh wow.
Oh, well, yeah, that happens every time in Mexico, doesn't it?
No, that was the first time.
No, it happens often in Mexico when the cartel picks one side.
Yeah.
And they pick off everyone else who's not going to
Claudia
the cartel wants.
Shubham.
You guys see this app that they started to make to try to help these migrants stay away from ICE?
Oh, I downloaded it to see if it's real.
They
Yeah, well,
canceled
it's been
it.
shut down.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's been shut down. There's a video of a guy on the border freaking out. It's
Mm.
kind of funny.
Yeah, I got the CBB one.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Giving counsel is one thing. Like everyone's allowed to have legal advice. I'm cool with that. The thing that's different though, when you have idiot citizens like you or me telling people how to evade ICE versus how to handle a situation. Because at that point, you're aiding and abetting versus giving legal advice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I still get the app. The CBB one.
Will it load up or is
That
it not
would
working?
let you book an appointment.
I didn't want to put my email out there. This is like a couple of weeks ago. I downloaded to see if we were like, okay.
Be careful with that shit, dude. Because I bet
You probably
there's a
get fucking knock at the door like,
Yeah.
Tell home and fucking Dr. Phil's out here like, oh shit.
No, that's what ICE is using to catch illegal immigrants now. You open up your I'm running away from ICE app and it pings on their radar. It's like, go get him, go get him.
Dr. Phil show up to my door like, God damn it, Dr. Phil, what are you doing here?
Is this some catch the predator shit?
No, this is catch an illegal guy. Ah, damn.
Yeah. To catch a migrant.
Mhm.
Oh. And now you got
Then you're
public
gonna have my
school
kids in here like, are those adopted kids? Like, no, they're my kids. Bullshit. They're gonna get deported, fucking be a child predator. Like, ah, damn it. They don't look
Well,
like me.
your illegal children
Huh?
at some public schools in the States because they're actually the best to protect and hide these undocumented kids from the government.
Oh,
Now, here's the issue: is most Americans agree that there's an issue with migration right now. Over 70% of Americans agree there's an issue and something
Yeah.
has to be done. Over 50% of Democrats have agreed. So to run cover for these folks is just taking a shit on the people that you're supposed to be working for. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the Coast Guard just terminated a commandant who was supposed to be focusing on the border because they were ignoring the border.
They were all focused on DEI.
Yes, exactly. And remember, a commandant is in command of more than one ship.
She was in charge of the whole Coast Guard.
Yeah. So boom, this is the end of that job. You're fired.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. It was DEI. They were worried about the pictures of the lesbian black woman more than they were about getting the job done. You know.
Yeah. I
Brian's
mean,
getting his butt kicked
if
with
the
his
president,
pronouns
okay, if the president hire you, like, hey, you're gonna be the commandant, but this is you got a different priority, and you like this is not correct. Like, no, we're not gonna take charge of this command. Sorry, move on.
Mm.
No, but you decide to
Uh,
fuck it. Your priority is now the
well,
safety of the United States of America.
yeah. Trump is worried about these pro-terrorist college students and has ordered put out an executive order to crack down on these guys supporting Hamas. It's one
Mm-hmm.
thing to be anti-Israel, pro-Palestine. It's another thing to chant Hamas songs. You know what I mean?
From the river to the sea.
Yeah.
Exactly. And people don't understand what that means when they say it. Guapo, what river?
The Jordan River or something like that.
Jordan River. Brian, what sea?
Red Sea.
There you go. You know what that is? All of Israel.
Yeah. I thought it was the Mediterranean, but okay.
Huh?
I thought it was the Mediterranean, but okay.
No, the Med's on the other side, isn't it?
Okay.
I'd have to look at it again.
Yeah.
But either way, it's almost all of Israel when they say
Mhm.
this stuff. So Trump's looking to crack down on like, hey man, you can't go out here and chant for ISIS.
Hey, yeah.
Not sure where I stand on this in terms of a freedom of speech issue, but
Well,
there is
they
a
don't got
point
no
where it
freedom of
becomes-
speech. They're not from this guy. Only America still got freedom of speech.
Well, no, these are American citizens at college that they're talking about.
Well, yeah, they can protest all they want.
They can protest all they want, but you cannot terrorize the Jewish students from going to class.
And
You
you're not going to
can't-
get your subsidies to go to college anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to give you money to go to school if you're gonna waste all your time telling us how much the Jews are evil. You know what I
You
mean?
know, like, why are you protesting? You should be in college getting AIDS, and that's it.
Being
Okay, so-
AIDS.
You
Yeah,
should
I
not
heard
be
that
having.
too. I
Huh?
heard that too. He said you should go to college and get AIDS.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. AIDS.
Oh, my A's.
Like
A's.
HIV.
No, like A's and B's. A's. I just a little bit drunk now.
Okay, what's this clean
That
out
Alabama
policy?
slammer.
What's this clean out policy in Gaza that's apparently freaked everyone out? And I don't even know if I read this article, honestly. I've had a busy week. Anyone who's still listening, I apologize for not doing the show on Saturday like we normally do. My dog popped out 9 puppies.
Nice. Congratulations, Grandpa.
Yeah, great. I have 11 dogs now. I don't know what to do with.
Adopt.
Ray said he'd want
No, I'm good.
Come on out here to West Virginia.
No,
and pick it
I'm
up,
good.
dude.
I'm
one.
good.
Piggy needs a friend.
I haven't talked to you about Piggy, haven't you?
No, you haven't.
I'll talk to you about it later.
All right.
Anyway, do either one of you guys know what this clean out Gaza proposal is?
No.
I don't know.
This is what frustrates me, fellas. All right.
It's okay,
Apparently,
we
it
talk
sounds all sides. I don't know much about it. I didn't see anything else about it. I
Yeah.
don't even think I read this article, and I usually read them all. But
Yeah, I usually
Could
send
be.
articles. There's like something that I heard, like, hey, just so reminded, like, hey, we should talk about this later on. But I didn't hear nothing about this clean gas up stuff.
oh, Globo, I want to bring this up. One, you're definitely around. When you share articles,
Mm-hmm.
and like let's just say it was like a link on a Facebook page.
Yeah.
Go open the link and share that from the web page instead
Yeah.
of from the Facebook page. Because if I'm going through the messenger to like collect the stuff and put it into the Google Doc, as soon as I
Yeah.
click on that, it changes where my Facebook page is and then resets where I am in the messenger chat. And I have to scroll back through to find it.
Got you. Okay.
No big deal. It's just I know I brought it more than once, but it's always right when we start the show. And I'm always like, motherfuckers, 10 minutes again is scrolling through shit.
Oh, got you.
No big deal though, man. It's not that big a deal. It's just an annoying thing. All right. Well, 2 Americans just got freed from an Afghani prisoner swap. Apparently, the Taliban was still holding prisoners.
Oh,
I
Yep.
didn't realize that. Thought that was done with.
Not the Taliban.
And it looks like Trump is genuinely trying to bring an end to what's going on in Ukraine. What does that mean?
Nobody talked about this before.
About what? What do you mean?
We called this long ago once Trump got reelected that the money spigot's going to get shut off and magically there's going to be a ceasefire within days of him being president.
Well, right now he's threatening Putin with taxes and tariffs. Putin already said he was willing to talk to Trump before Trump even took office. He was willing to talk about a ceasefire.
Yeah, because the Russians are losing their shirts in the war.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're not winning, but at the same time, it's not our fucking problem.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I hate to say it, but watching them ruin themselves for this tiny splotch of land for a seaport is going to set them back years economically, while the United States can thrive under Trump.
They got no military people left.
That's what I mean. They have nothing to protect anything anymore. They're going to shrink worldwide because I don't even necessarily see conflict coming. They're just not going to be able to they're not going to be able to progress and industrialize as much as they have been, because all the money's going to go into recovery from this conflict in Ukraine instead of expanding their economy, which I'm hoping is going to happen under Trump. All right. Either one of you fellows watched the inauguration?
I watched
I
part
did a
of it.
little bit.
I watched none of it. I cared zero.
Mm.
Apparently, Snoop performed.
Yep.
Oh, that was a party and stuff. Yeah.
My
just
favorite
laughed.
part was Jeff Bezos' fiance.
Showing up with the lingerie.
Yep.
Yeah.
What happened?
Just
She showed up in
basically-
a very scantily clad outfit.
Okay, I'm sorry, dude. Like if you
And
got
Mark
all
Zuckerberg was caught staring at it.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's like the sun. You're not supposed to stare at it, but you cannot help yourself, okay? You got tatas that big, okay? And also, Jeff Bezos, he could have had any fucking woman he wanted. He went with the fucking most trashy, trailer trash, ghetto, ratchet person. Just the way
Let's
she
be
dressed.
100% honest. Here, go about this. Something sexy about that, though, and you know it.
I'm
That might
sorry,
not be
dude.
your thing, but you got to admit there's something sexy about that.
Yeah,
white
if I go
trash
to the
trailer
club and she
trash.
dressed fucking slutty, like, yeah, banging this, that's good. But you go to fucking president decoration, I want a classy lady, like, you know.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
the-
you want her wearing a ball gown, not
no, like the president's wife, what's his fuck's name?
Melania, not Melania.
Melania.
Melania Trump, except the hat. She was dressed up good, okay, whatever, like a suit or something like that. The hat, it was too much. Honestly, now they're making memes out of it, which I think they should make a Mortal Kombat character out of her. But anyways, you know, like it's too much. It's just like you go to a royal wedding or something like that, you know, dress the church clothes. Like you go to a church, you know.
Okay, black tie event.
Yes. Gonna be
Yeah,
cameras on you, like, oh my god. Now everybody's talking about her trashy ass fucking cleavage and shit, you know? Yeah, if for this
Yeah.
club scene, I could see myself doing that with the side piece, but not with your main chick, you know, because that represents you, you know. And like if she's in the middle of it, dude, that means that like when she get divorced from you, she gonna take half, and the fucking company's gonna go.
You don't think he's got a prenup this time around?
No, fucking people, guys are idiots. No, she's different. She's
Okay.
different. She's not the same.
Okay,
Well,
if
you know
she's
what's not
20 years
different?
Younger than.
CNN.
No,
Oh yeah, what are they gonna do to save the day now?
They're gonna lay off everybody.
the label of Gina Costa now.
No, Jim Acosta left because
Whatever.
they moved his slot from prime time to like midnight.
Yeah, because nobody's watching him.
Nobody's
know who's
watching
fucking-
CNN.
Scott Jennings, he needs to get prime time, dude.
Is he the Republican guy?
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
He's hilarious. He's like, you guys
He
are all
always
stupid
fighting all
and
of
you're
them.
all wrong.
He need to have his own show. Scott Jennings.
I thought he was
like,
going to get a position in the Trump administration.
I thought so too, like a press secretary or something like
Actually, you
that.
know what? That might help CNN if they didn't just put him on as the guy saying you guys are all stupid. If they actually gave him a show and had the other people on his show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
Scott
he'll-
Jennings versus everybody.
Not even necessarily that. I'm like, he could have himself and like another guy as a co-host, and then
Yeah.
have a different guy from the show on, or even from the channel, or even just in general, and be like, well, I don't know, you guys are pretty dumb because this is actually what happened. Here's the record. Here's the.
I don't know
Here's
how
where
the
they
fuck he
signed
does
it.
every day, dude. I would have been fucking aggravated, dude. I get aggravated listening to other people confronting him. Like, Scott, take care of these motherfuckers, you know?
He probably was until payday, and he checked his account and went, "Holy shit!"
Let me
Yeah.
keep doing this.
Hate me green and call me Gumby for that kind of money.
So Trump called out the reporters
Mm-hmm.
He did what now?
and said, "Stop interrupting and listen to me."
Yeah, I'm tired of the media talking all this shit and just doing what they want to do. And they actually apologized to him, right?
Yep.
I don't know, man. Are things actually going to change? Like, the planets aligned. We had 2 Arctic blasts getting snow down all the way to Florida. California burned to the ground, the safe haven for the Democrats. It almost seems like he's being heralded into office.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And even Stephen A. Smith from ESPN came out and said that he feels like a fool voting for Kamala.
And
What
he
took
spent
it that long?
how long did he talk trash about everyone who didn't vote Harris?
Forever.
Did he at least apologize? Or did he just say,
No.
I feel dumb? He just says, I feel dumb. Just like Jim Gaffigan. It's like, oh, I hope these Trump supporters don't think I meant them. It's like, dude, you called them deplorable and garbage.
Yeah.
Like, that's why Trump got in a garbage truck, remember?
Yeah.
It's like, oops, I was wrong. I called all these people terrible names because that was what was cool.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
I'm cool. Like, yeah, there's a road to redemption, but at the same point, these dudes like Zuckerberg, it's like, sure, come join the normies, the normal people, right? Like, but you better believe I'm gonna be watching what you do because I got a feeling he's just doing whatever he thinks he needs to do to stay out of trouble and stay on top. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, in another move by the Trump administration, they have frozen nearly all federal loans and grants for federal assistance.
Good.
Yeah, that got stopped already by a federal judge.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like $60 million to Ghana's condoms. Like what? Like,
Oh, there's a ton of money that's just wasted
yeah.
programs.
See, here's the thing though, like $60 million for Ghana for condoms. That sounds like a giant expense for birth control in a place where they probably definitely need it.
But they're
But-
not gonna use it.
No, but $60 million, $40 million, whatever. Dude,
It all adds up.
No,
we're
why would
sending-
care about
we're
other countries'
sending
shit?
trillions of dollars to Ukraine.
Hmm.
A billion is 1,000 millions. A trillion is 1,000 billions.
What's the deficit?
Well, I'm just saying we're concerned about $40 million going to Ghana for rubbers. It's like, what about the $2.3 trillion in bombs getting sent to Ukraine just to blow up and kill people?
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, like you said, it
And
all
everybody's
adds up.
freaking out that they're going to lose their job because of this.
Good.
Good.
Government efficiency. Fire all of this shit. All
There
these
is no such
motherfuckers.
thing as government efficiency.
Yeah, I know. Fire all of these people. Like, why are we doing any of this? Why are we paying for any of this? And no, you're right. We should definitely not be paying for the birth control in Ghana. And, against
We should not be
BB.
paying for a lot of shit around the world. We got our own deficit to worry about. We got our own bills to pay. We got our own population to focus on.
To feed, to house. Like,
Yeah.
plane's going down. You put your own mask on before you assist the person next to you, right?
Right.
Oh, all right. Okay, so we got a new CIA boss.
Yep.
Ratcliffe. I know that name. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, they found a Biden era report that, surprise, surprise, is backing the COVID lab release theory, the Wuhan lab. It's
Oh, the stuff
amazing how
that
many
was.
things are buried that don't fit the narrative from one administration to the next.
How is this stuff left behind? Like,
What, you think
Brian,
they should shred it?
I'm just saying, Brian, you and I are planning doing something shady and illegal. Are we going to leave a fucking paper trail and leave notes and messages behind?
Because
Well, probably because you're in more trouble if you don't follow the government protection copyright acts that Trump that was accused of not following.
well, when you expect Kamala Harris to win, you don't care about it, you know.
That too.
Like you said, it's coming up like, yeah, no, we're pretty sure it leaked out of a lab. And even Fauci told us there's no way that's true. And remember, Fauci is the science.
Well, Fauci's been pardoned, so
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we don't even know what he's pardoned for.
doesn't matter.
Uh,
Kristi Noem, the former governor of South Dakota, is now the Department of Homeland Security Secretary.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I think of that.
Chrissy, no.
Yeah, I don't know enough about her experience with Homeland
Dude,
Security,
She
but
never closed down the state of South Dakota for any COVID-19 lockdowns.
Yeah, she was the governor of Dakota.
She's the only one that did that.
Yeah, and she was about to run for president, but she fucked it up when she shot her own dog and one of her fucking books and stuff. Like, god damn. So
wasn't even that she shot her own dog. She was telling a story about when she was younger and had to put her dog down.
yeah, so to take it to a veterinarian and pay fucking thousands, hundreds of dollars for that.
Yeah,
But people
exactly.
people the city don't understand that shit. So you know what? I don't know why we put.
Well, dude, I had my 4-year-old. She's gonna be 5 next week. I had her there when the puppies were being born, and I was like, here's what happens. Here's how it works. You know. And I told her, I was like, odds are not all these puppies are gonna survive, because statistically, at least one of them is gonna die. Huh?
Your luck is they're all going to survive. You're going to end up with them all.
Yeah, I know. I hope to God I can find someone to come take a puppy or 5. My God, dude, there's 9 puppies plus the 2 that made them.
So, we have a new Secretary of Defense now after JD Vance broke the tie.
Yeah, I can't believe that went to the VP already.
Oh yeah, take a fucking junior enlisted person now to fucking bail out a junior officer. That was the funniest thing ever.
He has said he's going to shake things up. I think he's going to be good for the Department of Defense. I mean, he's been there, done that, and it's going to be a big difference between the last Secretary of Defense, Lloyd something.
Yeah, like the BP of JDPS, he was a junior enlisted guy. You know, he's the one that approved the fucking senior enlisted army guy. You know, to get approved to the Secretary of Defense, which is kind of good having like a low ranking guy because he's been there, done that. By this old fart generals and never, fucking Raytheon guys be in charge of it.
Yep.
Well, Trump also tried to put in a new CIA leader. That got shut down.
Well, it's got to go through the normal slow motion of the Senate.
Yeah, it didn't go through the swift process.
Right.
Which, all right, but why would they do this if they didn't plan to stop it?
They're going to try to stop it,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
but if there's
Which,
enough
hey,
Republican votes and JD Vance to vote for it, then that'll be the person.
I'm gonna say though, I like the way things are working in terms of this process because it's going the way it's supposed to.
Right.
Because I genuinely thought they were gonna try to stop every single one of these. Especially the way like Rachel Maddow was talking
Well,
about it. You know what I
that'd
mean?
be the first time around because every other administration back in the day, 9 times out of 10, unless they were like egregiously pathetic at their job, like Pete Buttigieg, that they would get confirmed by both the
Typically let him
Republicans
have it.
and the Democrats.
Yeah. I don't know. At least they're not just. At least they're not fighting every single one of them. They just want to make it look like they are.
Yeah. And in the Justice Department, they're trying to portray the realm of impartiality again and focus on laws by firing more than a dozen key officials that worked on Jack Smith's team for the special counsel. And I don't believe Jack Smith was given a pardon, was he?
I don't remember hearing it, and I think I would. I think that would have been something that made like headline news.
All right.
Well, I don't know. That guy's. He obviously he quit because he knew he wasn't going to keep his job. Did all these
he
people
knew.
that worked directly under him not think they were going to get fired?
There it is.
And okay, what looks better on a resume? I resigned because I knew I was going to lose my job due to difference of opinion with new leadership, or I got fired. Like, because you're
I
gonna have to go find
resigned.
another. Yeah, it
But I
always looks
mean, at
better to
that
resign.
level, he could be working for the law firm that the second gentleman's working for,
Well, I'm just saying,
and they don't
everyone
get two
underneath.
shits.
I'm talking about the guys who just got fired that
Oh,
worked under
the
Jack Smith.
individuals, yeah, the lower ranking people, yeah,
They should have resigned too.
yeah.
For now, you have to put on your paperwork like, why'd you leave that job? I got fired. Oh,
I don't
Personally-
think they expected the retribution to go that far
that
down.
far down the chain.
Yeah.
You knew what the fuck you were doing,
Yep.
right? This is a fun one. I don't remember which one of you guys shared this. Of course, it always takes forever to load up when I'm trying to find a number. But it was Trump's net worth, and I want to say it was like $5 billion when he took office.
First time or second time?
This time.
No, okay.
Yeah, I remember there was a whole bunch of stuff about all the money from Elon Musk and all that crap going on. Jeez Louise. I know I saw the number. I think it was $5 billion. Oh yeah, they're comparing Elon Musk to Adolf Hitler with a salute.
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Around $6 billion as of early 2025. That's more money than when he took office last time.
Nice.
I want to know, what did Trump do in 4 years on top of maintaining his image as best he could and trying to run for office again? How did he how much money did he lose when he was president? Because he wasn't out there making money, right?
Well, the kids running the
And then,
fucking.
well, he lost money while he was not president, while he was president.
Yeah, but
they shit on his image. Now he comes back to have more money than he was worth before. Like,
yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Well, that
this
money's in a
guy's
blind trust once he becomes president. So,
yeah.
Well, the kids are running his company,
Oh, he owns a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Rick. What's his name on his younger kids? Rick, Eric Trump
Eric.
probably run the company. I don't know what the
Very
hell
possibly.
Trump Senior does. Junior,
You know
I mean.
what? Maybe you're right. Maybe that's the difference. Is when he was in office, his son was running the company,
Mhm.
and it didn't do as well. On top of him being shit on by the media, and then he got out and started running the company again and made tons of money because he saw all the opportunities with everything that happened.
Yeah, but that would be a backfire for him. Like, let his son run it, like he's probably coaching and stuff like that. Like, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what you do, because he need to learn. He need to be on himself. He cannot be there all the time.
Well, that's why wealth only lasts 3 generations typically. There's the
Depends how
man
you
who,
carry it. Because the
well, I say
Machiavelli
typically.
took it for like 6 generations.
Yeah, I think Kennedys still have money, right? But typically,
Somehow.
wealth lasts 3 generations because
Mhm.
someone built the company, their
Yep.
children saw them build that company and operate the company and knew how to maintain the company. Their children have no idea how any of this works and have their grandfather's money and
Who's
they don't know how
this?
to maintain. I'm just saying your average. Let's just say
Oh,
you start a steel company
yeah.
and you put in all the hard work, do everything right, and get a business working very well. You become worth 200
And
million
that's
dollars.
and that's the downfall of the company because you don't put your kids. They're like, hey, this is what you have to do. This is
Well,
like,
no, that's the thing is your children will see how hard you worked and will
mhm.
know a general what's going on, especially when they take over the company. They'll understand how much work is put in. But their
And that's up to
children,
the that's up to the actual. Like, this is what you do. This is how
yeah,
you
but
do it.
their children will never have seen you build the company. They won't know all of the work that went into it and how it works. They don't even know how to maintain the machine that you
And
built.
that's up to
And
the
that
parents to
they're the
teach
ones
it.
that lose the money.
That's what the parents to teach you how to do. Like, hey, this is what you
Well,
like
but the
coaching.
thing is, people hate legacy families.
Yeah.
People hate companies that families that still have a ton of money. Like the Kennedys who made the money off of bootlegging.
Yeah.
People are pissed that the Kennedy family made all the money off of and they're all rich because of it. Yeah, but that money would be gone by now. They didn't
The Joe
invest it.
Biden make money out of American citizen. It's gonna be like 1 or 2 generations gone.
Well, if it had the Kennedys not managed that money well, there'd be
Mhm.
no money left in the Kennedy name today.
Yeah.
And that's what
Same,
happens to most generational wealth is it gets blown.
same thing
But
goes to the Rockefeller, the fucking
and there's
uh,
no more Rockefellers. The last one just died, right?
they're probably still out there. The what's the other ones too that was competing with Rockefeller? John Andrew what's the name of the guy for
I don't
CNN?
know what you mean competing with Rockefeller. Rockefeller is just famous because he was the first billionaire.
No, that was on the competition. He was a competition with somebody else too.
Competition doing what?
Oh, oil.
Oh,
What's the name of that?
Rockefeller just invented
Anderson
gasoline.
Cooper. Anderson Cooper was related to the bleed. God damn it, it's gonna drive me mad now.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hmm.
Oh, anyway, there were rumors floating around about Fetterman switching parties.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
I know, but the way he's been talking lately. He's
he
been
just
saying
can't
hey
come and says that.
Democrats.
So
No, exactly. And why does it take the stroke victim to realize that?
you know,
Oh, and Costco. I didn't realize Costco employees were Teamsters.
Not all of them.
Vanderbilt. That was a Rockefeller
Oh,
And
competed
in
with the
Vanderbilt.
some states they're unionized, but not most states.
Yeah, but they're Teamsters union. I bet I didn't realize that.
Mm.
But apparently they've been authorized to strike by the Teamsters. I don't care.
Nope, don't either.
Anyway, I think that's our bucket, Brian. You got anything else you want to talk about on that?
Nope.
Hey, the family was competed with the Rockefeller was the Vanderbilts.
Yeah.
That's the
All
one that
right.
were. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's 270. Hope to have
70
new music next
down.
time. Huh?
Yep, 270 down.
Yeah, 270 down. Here's to another 270. I hope to
I
have
think
new
we need to
music.
do an episode by the dates. January this
We used to do it that way before we started 2.0.
2.0. And
That's
then
when we started counting numbers from 1.
huh?
That's when we started counting from 1. We've been at this for like 15 years. You know that, right?
I know, but I'm saying like episode instead of by the episode number, we should do
Yeah,
it
it
by a
used to be the
year.
date we recorded it instead.
Oh,
But all right, later all.
all right, later. What's the music?
There is no music
Oh, we just gonna end it.
Why is there no music? Oh, it's
because you're not
we still-
sharing.
It's because I'm not sharing. I thought this was going the whole time. My goodness.
I don't know
My
why you
goodness.
turned it off because I didn't
Because
share
I
any
wanted to listen to
sound.
something else I was thinking about playing that I wasn't sure I
Oh
wanted
shit!
to do.
You're gonna be fucking deported too. Fuck it.
Yes, because citizens are gonna get deported too.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'll go to Cape Panama. If they want to reconquer Panama, I just happen to know downtown Panama City. I just know it. I can drive
know
around. I've been there a lot.
All right, Brian, pinch this turd off.